audio and video,
Scripture of the day is
audio and visual.
already up.
Okay.
No surprise. Who's GMS Last Stand?
That's
Apostle Rapal.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's possible.
No, it came up as in live. I was about to click on like shit.
He just made
okay, yours is scripture. Okay, yours is on.
You ready to go? We got audio.
On Layer Live.
Yep. All right, Shalom, Shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, a branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers that's doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird among the heathens, that look like those heathens, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, we say Shalom. We going right in. What's the title? False flag events, real consequences, and various topics. So we're gonna start with this. This They So Dirty video that's circulating on YouTube, which will probably get deleted. All right, because it's showing you that Blue Lives, is crooked. Like we always say, somebody grab that. What's that scripture? It just came out yesterday too.
Psalm 64.
So is the ruler. So is
Sirach 10.
the city, the water, brother. Yeah, Sirach 10 and 1, I believe, 1 and 2. All right.
That right now.
Baba Kasha, before you read it, because within the Western world's government, from your presidents to your prime ministers to your governors to your mayors to your city councilmen, down to your police department, they're all crooked, man. Hell, Illinois, we done had 3 governors go to jail. Our state is straight gangster. And you wonder why these niggas are so wild, man. Because their leaders are wild and corrupt. What do you expect them to be? But go ahead and read it, brother.
This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
Perfect.
And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
All right, so the line of rulership between the citizens and the authorities is these guys on the screen. All right, one more scripture, that Isaiah 29:15. All right, because these guys, you're about to see what they did. All right, and they got caught on camera doing it. All right, they got, and there wasn't no protesters around. It's just a pack of them. All right.
This is Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made it not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
So you look at it like this, man. If you want to do some unrighteous decrees, or you just want to wreck a bunch of jakes and send them to jail, you create a false flag event. And how do you do that? By creating some destruction, blowing something up, you kicking in some doors, shooting some shit up. We just had another false flag or another. I'm not gonna say false flag shooting. I'm just gonna say we had another shooting in Alabama, and that's what And with 15, four teenagers got killed and 15 more got shot. And like we said, false flag events, real consequences. Mistake John did. What's his name? The dude Alex Jones made. A false flag event don't mean that people don't die. People actually die in false flag events. All right, but if you could play that video showing these cops committing this act of crime, which clearly they blamed on rioters later on, which is probably probably.
I got the other one. I got the rioter clip too, so
Okay.
show you both of them. They're not going to tell you that the Popo was behind a lot of this. They're going to just put blaming on little young nigglets and
then right, and then it's another way to make Jake look like they're the problem in this society. right? Because guess what? There's plenty of crimes and murders and all kind of shit that was done by so-called white people yesterday, but none of it made the news except maybe this mass shooting, which is I find it so strange. What was that John Lemon said a couple years back? That maybe they just need to, he talked about maybe they just need to not sell guns to white males in America or something to that effect. because they got so upset when he said it, man. Don Lemon. He said that because every time there's a mass shooting, it's a white male, all right? Because truth be said, they are the most dangerous people not only in America but in the world.
That's right.
All right, but go ahead, brother.
All right. This doesn't have any audio, so it's just a visual, but I'm going to zoom in right here to show you what's going to happen right here. You can see right now the one police officer to the right.
The one on the very end. So he was hitting with him. Yeah, he broke the windows out. Right. You clearly see him doing it.
Yep.
He got somebody across the street sniping him.
And somebody across the street was videotaping him. All right. And so now they're gonna go. Now they can bring in the news cameras and everything
to show this right here. Because let me show you.
Then one of them goes inside, so we don't know what he did once he went inside.
Right. And
so there you go.
And this is the other one.
And then it says hundreds of teens caused chaos downtown, but it looks like the police kicked it off, and no one's talking about that part.
So they're gonna show you. They're gonna show you this one here, and then you're gonna see. I'm about to press play, and you'll see a whole bunch of kids running. And so now they're going to make it seem like, oh, this is the cause of all this problem. Not to say they didn't do some stuff too,
Well, these little niggas is wicked. This is what you get, right? When you got a bunch of single black and brown women, collecting fraudulent Title 4D with no man around, and this is what happens with their children. Man. They got all these unruly ass children that are running around, and that's because that's what I see. I'm looking at so-called black and brown youth. All right, mainly Judah, but you see the Northern Kingdom in there too.
Are they in there?
All right.
Escortees.
Okay, right. Like they gonna escort the damn Edomite bras, the old bras.
Yeah, like that.
But because a lot of Edomites caught the flops last night. I'm sure of that.
Even in the interview with Channel 9, the one lady that was a tourist was out with her husband, and she said, no, everything that I saw was in order. Like that other said, obviously Jay gets restless and they'll do some shit, but Esau, and this is just one of the clips of them catching them, but for the most part, man, the clip, we went a couple years back when they had set a pallet of bricks. They're like, look, there's no construction, no remodeling anywhere. Yeah. Why is there a pallet of bricks in front of a government building?
Hey, somebody get on TikTok or one of them apps and find some of those videos, because some of those videos are still
they're still up,
still floating around. You gotta remember, brothers, if you brothers aren't using TikTok, get on that TikTok, man. It before they take it away. Because TikTok is lighting Esau ass up. All right, it's lighting them up. All right, it goes hard on Esau, man. That's a lot of bullshit on there, but
Yeah,
it reminds me of that George Floyd shit when that one agent was busting out the windows. They popped him off on the cameras, and then he tried to flake like he wasn't even. But this is
you caught up. All them videos. It was when them Black Lives Matter things were happening. You saw them white people spray painting downtown Chicago, and you had other white people recording it.
Right.
Telling you, this is not the Black Lives Matter guys. These are you saw white girls, Then they put their hoodie and their mask back on and walk off.
That's right.
So I mean, it is what it is, man. I always tell people that that BLM was nothing but a white organization and they used that name so that they could hide behind it and get away with bullshit. Because that's a right-controlled, white-ran organization, and they got some alphabet women to be the face of it who do absolutely nothing. Because BLM did nothing for the so-called black people at all. Zero.
They bought that girl a house.
Like I said, it did shit for her. Right? The alphabet women involved did quite well with it. All right. I mean, it said right in their own bylaws, their own information that straight so-called black males couldn't be a part of their what do you call it? Their management. They couldn't be a part of that.
Yeah, they were for the promotion of the woman and only gay males, but not any straight black men.
Yeah, exactly. So they were for gay males and the promotion of women. All right.
That's wickedness, man.
So wow, so it went up 28 hurt. Well, I heard it was 4 killed, 15 shot, and now it's 4 killed, 4 people shot or murdered, and 28 hurt in Alabama birthday party. So these are those chaotic times that the Bible was talking about, man. Real quick, somebody get that Second Ezra's 9 Bible Kushah. And get the one in Matthew and talk about the uprisings of the people, man. Because everything's lining up. You got the Third World War that's well on its way. You got the currencies that's clearly being led to the CHIP. You know, the going digital, which is going to clearly lead to the CHIP.
Because it's global.
And you got uprisings of the people everywhere, no matter how small or minute. Man, this is an uprising.
Yeah.
This is an uprising of the people right here. But go ahead, brothers.
This is 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou see part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And there it is, man. The Lord is visiting the world He made, man. Any brothers got something they want to, bring it out?
Verses.
Come.
It says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest, having plain beginnings and wonder, and in powerful works, and ending in effects and in signs.
At the same time those things are happening, one important factor is happening, that Esau is being made bare. You know, the world is, the world is talking about the Hebrew Israelites, but it's also talking about Esau Edom.
Right.
And that, and they weren't talking about Esau Edom in the past. None of these churches, none of these, like Murph always says, man, the Hebrew Israelites made the world read the Bible again.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they're showing the censorship hypocrisy with Esau, because here it is, they're okay with Twitter and Facebook being American-owned, American-run companies, but here this so-called foreign threat, which be the what they consider TikTok or whatever. They had those Facebook hearings before they had the TikTok one, and basically it spoke about all social media having that type of effect. So Esau's a fucking hypocrite, but guess what? Now the globe is seeing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's just it. And basically, he can't keep his own foot out his mouth, man. He can't keep from shooting himself. All right, he's constantly wounding himself, man. Because he's showing his hand, and now the world is seeing these Edomites for who they really are. That shame among them is really real, man. You have Edomites breaking down because they're ashamed of being who they are, and they mad. That's why they're trying to take certain history out of the schools, and that whole coming up with this whole CRT, which we come against that. It's not theory. It should be called critical race history, man. Made a whole channel just because of it.
Critical race facts.
Yeah, the critical race historical facts, man. All right, because the truth needs to come out, and shameful spewing is on their glory. But hey, if you brothers got something, go ahead and.
I got 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh.
You want to start up where it says they shall dwell in Egypt again? Because basically history is going to repeat itself. So guess what? The old Egypt, now the new Egypt, right?
Okay. I'm talking about 11.
Verse 10.
Okay. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay, because, all of this destruction is about to come here. We ain't in the old Egypt no more. This is the modern day Egypt. All the destruction is happening here.
That's right. Exodus 11 and 8.
But what did it say? It said led to the slaughter. So like you were showing in the thing, the cops was kicking the shit off.
Yep.
Okay, so they led to it. Like here, this is what has been done. Now y'all going on and have at it.
Exactly. Yep. And it's happening. Verse 12: Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues, and punishments that the Most High Power God should bring upon it.
And it's already started.
God, there's a lot of punishments going on right now. You seeing all these people just getting jacked up, all of this death, this murder.
Yeah, a lot of women getting a lot of violent acts done against them, a lot of sex trafficking, a lot of rapes. Rape, they say rape. Somebody could look that up too. Look up the stats on rapes. It's something that I saw that rapes went up. The numbers of rapes, or grapes, right? Right. You gotta see it.
Essay, right?
Right. The number of grapes have gone up exponentially. All right. So. This violence against women, but that's also scriptural because it tells you in Isaiah, clearly it tells you, you women at ease.
That's right.
To rise up, you women at ease, and then the whole Micah 7 and somebody can grab those too. But see if you could grab an article on that because we said we on various topics. We just kind of jumping around here, but you got something?
No, I was gonna say that's just a situation. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to somebody that I had brought it up before. Somebody was basically being accosted by their ex, and basically that clip that was funny because it was miles away. That shit was Chicago. They're basically like, look, if we show up and he ain't there, we can't do shit. If we don't catch him in the act, he said even if there's a witness, we can't do shit. He said we would literally have to catch him in the act for us to arrest him.
So things have changed.
And here, but that's here, like
so
I
that
said,
means dudes know. So if ain't nobody around,
he knew because he's been doing it for weeks. I imagine all he has to do is catch her off. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude's ready, and Jake knows
it's like
this.
the chick that was on the phone talking to the.
But here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was cool because it was somewhere else. That was cool because it was somewhere else. But like I said, this was. This is we're saying this witness here. This is live fucking happening, man. And the Lord is gonna bring that discomfort to you females again that were quick to call the law, quick to throw your man out, quick to fucking be whatever America told you to be. So when America's no longer there, guess what, man? He's coming.
But now you saying that a chick just told me that this just happened recently. She said she got beat up. And she called the police. They couldn't do nothing for her.
Yeah. If they don't catch you in the act, it's pretty much.
They said basically she like the laws is changing because ain't no if it ain't happened like you said in the act. That's actually here what she was saying,
which is really stupid. So what you supposed to call the police? I think I'm about to get beat up.
Okay, he's inside me.
So
he's inside me. Can you send somebody?
Right. Exactly. No, that's even worse. They're inside.
Are you okay?
I don't know how much longer I'll be able to use my mouth. So you need to hurry up.
She said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" She said,
Calm it down.
Send him now. Send him now.
It's crazy. Bring it out, brother.
This is Micah 7 and 10.
Start at 9.
Okay. This is Micah 7 and 9. Oh, I wanted to say this real quick, man. Hey, when it comes to Esau weaponized everything, even our women. So the thing is, a lot of people are waking up to see how Keisha is on bullshit. So Esau's gonna take that safety net away, man. All right, and it ain't gonna be no 911 and all that other shit.
I was just talking to a woman in T-Mobile about that today. She was mentioning that how she went on a date. It's 67, still going on dates.
Oh fuck,
man! But she was saying how a lot of men that she talked to now is not starting to talk about how basically they the prize. And they ain't really going for these bitches no more. They like, look, she said he was telling her like, look, you can be my second wife, my third wife.
They better get with the program because they even saying that 40% of these men that's 40% of these men basically on child support for kids that are not even theirs. And
40%?
40%.
Yeah, 40%. That's a big number.
That shit is wild.
So it's 40% of men that's on child support of kids that's not even theirs. And then people are saying that hey now they should just make it mandatory for DNA test
at birth. And a lot of women are against it. And why are they against it?
They make multiple tests, multiple motherfuckers, man.
They ain't gonna get that
You
money.
are not. I tell these shits, get with the rotation or get with the
One dude was so hurt cause he raised up this kid till they was like at the age of 12 to find out that it wasn't even his.
Hey, look, my cousin, my cousin played child support for 19 years. Tyrone.
Why these bitches ain't going to jail? They just show you this Esau.
Well, because and they don't have to pay any of it back, and they get no jail time. Right?
19 years.
Yep.
And his current wife at the time, this was some years back when we was living on Wallace, and his wife said, "Why don't you get a DNA?" Because she said that the daughter was getting ready to go to college, and she was gonna need some extra income. And his current wife at that time told him, "Why don't you get a DNA?" Come to find out that for 19 years that he paid child support, the kid wasn't even his.
18. And it's never gonna be a remedy to pay him back. There's no charges to recoup because the government got their cut. And so they're gonna be like, hey, that's your ass. You should have did this 19 years ago.
Right.
You know?
This is Micah 7:9. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him.
Wow.
Until he plead my cause.
Now, if he stick a knife in her fucking face, man, she deserved it.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm not condoning it, but I'm just saying, if he'd have did that, yeah, because the scriptures clearly say that the adultery is actually a death sentence, man.
Yeah.
And so, and then you taking this man's money, probably fucked his credit up, made life a struggle and hard for him.
That's right. And according to the scriptures, it says if a woman leaves a man, she's supposed to leave with nothing. All right. So now you got these because if that was the case and everybody knew this, these women would think twice about leaving a man. See, but in Esau's queendom is glory, like folly is set in great dignity.
Wickedness is rewarded. A woman's wickedness is rewarded in this kingdom. It's not frowned upon. It's actually rewarded. All right.
That's why I say woe to him that call evil good and good evil.
Yeah.
Woe means destruction, man. So it's a price to pay for that, man. For exalting wickedness, man.
It says, and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? My eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Wow, so these women gonna catch hell. And so are these Edomites. So let me tell you a problem that's going on with these Edomites within them. They're at war with one another on every aspect, man. Because now you got the extras and the Z's are at war with the boomers because the boomers are talking shit about them, calling but the same opportunities is not available for the Xers and the Zs that was available for the boomers.
Not at all.
It's not. I mean, let's just be real about it.
Right.
And so, and the Xers and the boomers are basically, pretty much getting treated like niggers now. All right, they getting to see how it's been to be Jake all along,
So they can't pull
and they don't like it, and they finding out that you just can't pull yourself up by the bootstrap. And see, that be the reason why there's so much guilt among them. But then the ones who did well in the past, they ain't trying to hear that, right? And the ones who are going through the shit now, they seeing it from a different light. Well, damn, well maybe these people is right about these sort of thing, and it's making the older generations despise the younger generation.
That's right.
All right, and so that's so a house divided will not stand. There's an article that my sister just sent me, and it's with that witch-looking Janet Yellen. All right, it says Social Security reveals when funds were run out for benefits payments, and we've been telling you that all these pensions and all these benefits is all gonna disappear.
That's why
and it's gonna do it soon when this digital system switches over. Right? It says the Board of Trustees released a report on the financial status of the Social Security, explaining that they will run out of money without investment. All right. Back in March, Social Security Board of Trustees released an annual report on financial status of Social Security Trust Fund, which includes the according to the report, cash and Social Security program will run out in 2031. And see, the pride of them He ain't gonna make it to 2031. But even if it did, that would be fucked up. Because
That's right.
2031 is really not that far away.
Oh, no.
If for somebody who's planning on, you
Retiring.
know, in their
I'm barely
50s,
retired.
you know, they late 40s, 50s, thinking, well, I'm gonna be retiring soon. No, you ain't, man.
That's right.
No, no. And then when you do retire, because right now people in America retiring and still working three part-time jobs.
Well,
You got
Walmart
old.
are old.
You go into these. You got senior citizens who
In
shouldn't be
McDonald's.
working in fast food joints, in these
Walmarts.
stores with these young people. You know, getting mistreated by these young people.
Hey, but you know what though? It was actually never that so-called retirement shit was actually never meant to take hold. When they put that in place and made it 65, the average age limit for a male was 55. So they had actually planned on you to pay into it and die off 10 years before you were supposed to be able to get it anyway.
And then statistically, most men die off within 3 years of retirement.
Yep.
Women die off in about 10 years of retirement. That been the number, something like that. You know,
that's real.
as of you know these last recent years.
Right, especially if they don't replace themselves with something that's active.
Yeah, you gotta stay
Yeah.
active because the thing is you know you gotta think the food, the water, everything is so messed up now. You
That's
older,
right.
you're more feeble, and then when you once you get off that routine, your body's just shut down on.
Yeah, that was speaking of that, there was an Iscarite, and this was before my motorcycle accident. They used to load these pans of metal parts into the tumbler to deburr and shit. And this motherfucker sling pallets and pallets of this shit all fucking day. I went in on a Saturday, like I said, this was before my accident when I was still benching for and doing all this shit. And that motherfucker worked the shit out of me. Had me sweating like a motherfucker. I was like, damn. I called back over there because of when the Sox had won the World and come to find out that he had retired, and 18 months later he died.
Damn. That's why I think this Edomite in my job. I think that's why he ain't retiring. He like 70-something years old.
Yeah, he's scared.
He's scared that he gonna stop working. He gonna die.
Even when my father when he retired, he kept working with my brother at the shop doing. He kept being active.
Moving, right.
You know what I'm saying? And he would have still been okay if he didn't listen to the goddamn doctors tell him to go do a surgery that he didn't need. But majority of these people here, they've been worked themselves for 30, 40, 50 years. Retirement age, according to the scriptures, especially for a priest, was supposed to get 50 years. You know, how you gonna live and just be, and then you supposed to be retired, meaning your golden years, what they call it.
Yeah.
But now you're gonna spend your golden years working. You know what I'm saying? You're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, man.
And then most of them end up, and then another thing that's happening too, because these women are so trifling, they collecting all this money off child support, but they're not even taking care of the kids. It's the grandparents are. They go out and have all these damn babies collecting all this money, and then they dropping the kids off at their damn grandparents all the damn time. So when you think you gotta sit back and retire, you taking care of babies all over again. It's like, well, it's cool. Everybody want to spend time with their grandkids, but you know, you say, okay, it's like take this little motherfucker back home.
You know what?
Like, right, okay, he came for the weekend. I gotta have him all week, every week, all the time.
And this is what these nigga women do.
And that's what's happening. And then and guess what? It's happening with white folks too now. Because see, the thing is that Esau, them curses, you know, Elder Corral brought it out, spoke about it not that long ago. But a lot of them curses that's falling upon Jacob's falling upon them. Because there's a lot of single mother Edomite women, and and the same shit is happening. You got these older white people now that are taking care of their grandchildren. One of the things, because this promiscuous lifestyle that these women live, right? These women having all these babies out of so-called wedlock, and secondly, the opioid thing devastated the white community, and for the last 20-something years, and it left a lot of so you had a lot of adult age people from 18 to like 30 something that died and left all these children behind, and all these elderly and retired white people are forced to take care of all these children again. So the curses is they wearing the curses like a cheap suit, man.
This is scripture. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
That's right.
That's why you see a lot of them off the crystal meth, off the pills. Hey, look, it's a Edomite in my job. He said, man, he depressed now because he don't do drugs. He said pills are amazing, man.
I'm happy to hear that.
Everything they try to do to Jake is return upon their own head.
Yeah. Guess what? You right, Elder. Because you know what? When I'm on the L platforms and all that shit. You know what? I see Edomites out there leaning too.
I saw
With all them damn swords all over. They got swords everywhere.
If you go look at
they doing them oils and shit that's making all them whatever that shit they drink.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. In Philadelphia, if you go watch the videos, you got people who go drive down, and they have multiple videos of people driving down.
I watched a couple of videos, and it's actually sick.
Yes, I mean blocks after blocks after blocks.
And it's a lot of Edomites out there.
That's right.
And they all full of swords and leaning.
That's what, even if you all you gotta do really is just turn on the TV, because now even the commercials, if you pay attention, the laundry detergent one is basically like, oh, we went from a house of 2 to a house of 6, because see, when we were going through it, or when Jake goes through it, oh, they missed out their opportunities, their workplace, they ain't shit. But see, you even check out that one show, Mom, it's literally about a recovering stripper that was an addict and like all types of shit, and she has to live with her mother because her mother was an alcoholic. So basically, when you're going through the curses, it's comedic relief.
Yeah.
You know, oh, ha ha ha, we have to deal with this. The commercials, I'm telling you, it's too old. The show Mom, if you just read into it.
Is it on regular TV?
It's on regular TV, but even if you just look up the description of it, it's about a mom that lives with her. They both have some sort of addiction. They go to AA and they have to live together. The Tide commercial is the Tide commercial is too old, like a retired couple, and they're like, oh, you know, we went from a family of 2 to a family of 6, but because basically the daughter and the kids moved in, and she was basically saying, oh, we switched to the teeth detergent because we're going through. She said, but we went back to Tide because we have to have clean clothes. So it's basically the grandparent. But see, again, they normalize. That's why they call it the programming. Because
just like they pushed all the tiny houses for a while and the van living and all that shit. They were pushing that hard. It's like, what happened to the big ass house with the white picket fence and the house in the bird? Now you trying to put people in a damn house and they can throw in the back of a truck.
Now you're not homeless. Now you're a minimalist. You ain't homeless no more. You're a minimalist.
Yeah, you got all these proud, strong, single women buying a tiny house now.
Yeah.
It's just me and my dog.
Or they buy that, what's that thing on the train and stuff? It's the crate thing.
The freight car.
The freight car.
Yeah, they turn that whole thing into a house. Yeah.
Oh, the other you had brought that one up, right? That they were recycling the containers.
Yeah.
To make mini apartments.
Yep.
I mean,
God knows. We get a whole lot.
Yeah, they all, because that prices went up on them, but you used to be able to buy, because you could get like a 2 or 3 story one. You buy it because you could think about it. They were $5,000. $5,000.
Yeah, that's what.
So if it's just you, they could put your bathroom, your kitchen, your sleeping quarters, and you know, and then build your little patio. You know, you got your little patio. So
Esau's buying those old school buses.
Then they would buy those, and then they would buy. Then you could get 2 of them. So $10,000. They could stack them up or make it bigger or longer. You can, but but it's sad that it got to that.
Yep.
And it was a lot, but it was a lot of Edomites. Like just like you see these drugs destroying the white community. You could also go and find all the container and little homes become popular too.
Oh yeah.
And these are people with degrees and 6 figures. Yep. St. Benjamin was always talking about these people struggling. That these first class American citizens is making 6 figures, can't make ends meet. They're struggling now.
Because the American system was credit. You're gonna get a check tomorrow, so everybody bought in. So everybody thought that those millions were gonna be recurring, multiplying, double folding. Hell no, Lord's gonna ruin all their plans, man. And because we're sick of this shit, man. Jake been waiting. You know what I'm saying?
They also living in sheds too. Now, I just got a garage, but the dude was telling me He said a lot of them buy
$500 container
a
home.
lot of them they buy them sheds and they convert them into houses.
Yeah, they do that in California. They do that in California.
I just bought a garage, so my garage, the dude was telling me like
They buy a big
lot
shed
of them
and
about
then
16 by
I've seen a
40.
big shed before.
Yeah, and they had put it on their grandparents' land and they remodel or
They insulate it.
They insulated, put a bathroom, you know, 16 by 40, that's pretty big, you know. And they'll make that their house, you know, because they can't afford to spend $200,000-$300,000.
Well, it's just like in my
on a house,
neighborhood. You know, a lot of Israelites in my neighborhood converted their garages into living quarters.
Yeah.
And then they rent out their garages.
I mean, they were doing that.
You see chimneys coming out of the garages now.
They were doing that. They were doing that in Frisco when I was out there in Cali and whatnot. They would use the garages as apartments and shit out there. I knew a girl that told me I was in Frisco when I was out there, and she was talking about she was spending $400 a month in the motherfucking early to mid '80s and whatnot for a garage apartment.
But that show you that, hey, but that's the curses that happened to us. The scripture say we wasn't gonna have no certain dwelling.
But see, the thing is they're making downgrades cool now.
Yeah,
That's the
what I'm
problem.
saying.
Now you know that's all I'm saying. All right, you know they straight got a little pyramid home there, but you know, A-frame house. All right, so that you tell me that how cheap can you get? That's like some log cabin shit you would stay in when you go to the woods for the weekend. And they made it a straight up living space.
They even put them in vans now. They put them in
Well, there's one right there. That's a trailer house. You bag your pickup to it.
Right.
Right, take your house with you. Bitch, I'm leaving.
You walking.
Don't go.
Right. You know, I've been seeing a lot of those on the road. Like when I be driving, working, I see a lot of them houses being pulled.
Well, because because people are leaving the state.
Hey, well,
like,
you
with the
know
house
what?
tax.
Yeah, there you go, man. And I was just telling somebody yesterday
go.
how the real money left. The
Been gone.
The real money left. Literally after 2000, around 2008, 9, after that crash, by the time 2010 was gone, the real big money in the state of Illinois, they was out of here, man. Everybody that was left in Illinois was the low-level millionaires and the wannabe millionaires.
That's what you said.
The ones with the big bucks was gone, man.
Like
Jamie Dimon,
I knew he was about to say
Jamie and
that.
all them guys, and his crew and all them people that rolled with him, Jay Jordan and all them guys, that big money, they was gone.
And for the record, a lot of them super elites went to Singapore. They're going to other countries. They're not moving out of the city and to another city. A lot of them are moving to a lot of different countries where where it's cheap, so they can get the fuck up out of America. And the ones who I put it this way, the super elites,
They
who can't
still got
afford them
businesses
fuckers,
here though,
right?
Because my favorite client, he went back to Ireland, to his homeland.
Ireland.
You know,
That's it. And they'll the ones who can't afford them bunkers. You remember the movie 2012, and it was like, how much you get on the boat? You get $1 billion. I paid $1 billion.
Yeah. And the bra was like, he was like, you're nothing to me.
Right. See, but all the billionaires can't, all the rich people can't afford them bunkers. So a lot of them are getting the fuck up out of Dodge. That's why a lot there's a white flight right now getting the hell out of America. And like the scripture says, then a lot of these heathens are going back to their own. Somebody can get that, Baba Kushar, because they're going back to their own homes, getting the hell out of here. That shows you that they know America's about to be thoroughly. Jacob Trouble is going to hit everybody, and it's going to be murder, death, kill outside.
Like Warren Buffett, man, the one who owns. I think that's the guy that owns Walmart, right?
And American Airlines. He sold all his share stocks of American Airlines.
And he closed the Walmarts in Jake neighborhoods and shit. That's bad.
Yeah.
Here.
And they convert the Walmart to concentration.
And it's one that closed up there on Broadway too. But yeah, right there past Diversity on Broadway. But nevertheless, they gonna use all those those Walmart stores.
Yeah, but their whole ordering system is set up paramilitary that they can just.
Yeah, it's already been brought out. Walmart definitely has a contract with the military. So you already see that. You got to remember the brother, the former head of the Denver camp. He's an electrician, and he put the electricity in an old Walmart, and he said it was, and they had built it up, and they had 4 towers in each corner of the building. And it was all being sectioned off, but from the 4 towers you could see everything.
That's right.
And he was doing all the wiring inside those towers behind thick glass windows that was like 3 inches, 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
So you already knew what it was.
It's like you think about Jake at railroad tracks all throughout their neighborhoods.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
every
Walmarts are
Walmart,
always
every
built
Walmart, yeah.
right next to the highway and right next to train tracks.
And if you go look in their parking lots, they already have the police surveillance thing in every
The
single
parking
Walmart.
lot's big as hell because they
Yeah.
could put up outdoor tents and make those camps too.
Mhm.
Put up the fence with the
Fence around it, Constantine
fence
on
with
top.
the
Yep.
Constantine
Constantine
wire
wire.
facing inward.
That's right.
Right, that'd be the first line, you know.
The one there was one lady who she was doing a video. She snuck inside one of them,
Right.
and they had a pit in the middle of it. It was like a deep pit, and she was like, "What is this for?" Of course, this is where they gonna throw all the dead bodies. You don't want to, you know.
I mean, they have basements that's just damn as
It's
big as
just
the
a whole
store.
pit. Hey, and then
Damn,
these
didn't even think
Walmarts-
about that. What's
Yeah.
under it?
That
That's
could turn
right.
into a
These
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, a whole nother. And I've
Damn,
heard
didn't
from
even
other
think
people
about that because it
that
got
heard
what
from
like a 30-something foot ceiling.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got then a whole space under it, which is probably bigger than this.
But
I didn't
that's
even
what
think
someone.
about
That's
that.
I heard that
God
from somebody
damn.
who worked there, and they said they've been in the basement. Well, I never thought about a basement of Walmart.
It's just
either.
like the video I watched with the you know, because I didn't know that about Disney World that
Underneath it, right?
that they have the underground city underneath it. I didn't know nothing about that
Yeah, well,
because the workers, when you work there, they have housing for them right there under it. So they got all they stores and everything that they need, that the workers need, is underground right
well,
underneath.
since you mentioned that, like I said, they're out there at the airport. Same thing. You got a basement there. You even got a sub on that, and there's places that I went into the sub basement and went. And if I would have took a tablet with me that's got a GPS tracker, if they came looking for me, they would look and think I'm out on the runway somewhere.
Because it takes you so far under. And you know what? It's crazy because my guy, the one of the founders of Chicago Fight Team, he part time he used to work at that mall out in Ford City. And he told me about they have those underground things under the mall at Ford City that actually go all the way to the airport. They built them because they built them during World War II.
Right.
You know, because he would take bras down there and get his freak on.
Right.
But nevertheless, he told me about them tunnels down there. You know.
Yep. And if you know even about Chicago and the pedway system, there's a whole huge underground downtown that people don't even know about.
Well, they showed you that Demolition Man. Where all the people was living underground
Yep.
and whatnot.
Yep,
They
that's
showed you
true.
that Demolition Man.
That's very true.
Yeah, but there's levels to you got to remember, man. Like when you underground Wacker Drive, they got levels down there.
No,
This
they-
even goes
absolutely,
even
absolutely,
deeper because they blocked a lot of them off right after Prohibition time during that time. You know, because back when the mafia was running around doing all the damn drive-by shootings.
Cobblestone roads.
Then with the Irish, the Irish mafia, the Jewish mafia, and the Italian mafia was shooting up Chicago like crazy. They actually would use those underground, and they cut a lot of that off. So what we know is underground Wacker Drive. It goes even deeper, man.
That's right. Multi levels, and in order to put them skyscrapers even up, they have to go. Several stories underground just to even make
To start building the foundation.
Yeah.
Hey,
Absolutely.
they show you that it may sound funny, but it's the truth. And Ninja Turtles is based in New York, but that's how they got around the city.
Yeah.
Throughout all the underground tunnels that Esau had made in the different
tunnels and
systems,
the
railroad tracks,
the railroad tracks, the
You
railroad
know,
tunnels, and the sewers.
and the sewers. That's how the Ninja Turtles was able to get around. They showed you right in the movie, you know.
And that's not only here in Chicago, but that's all in a lot of major metropolitan areas. The Japanese internment camps used to be underground, and I know in California, I believe I heard here in Chicago, and that's why I'm putting down here underground Chicago. There's a lot of.
Might get that scripture till they dig into earth. Yeah, there's a lot going on underground in Chicago. You're right.
There's a whole map right here of the pedways of the Chicago underground that people right here don't.
Yeah, there
people
you
don't
go.
even know.
Yeah, and I've been on those petways, but I didn't have no idea it was that big.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea it was that big.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
they have different stores underground. It's like a little simple
Well, and
thing
they
that
don't, and you're right, brother. it's a lot. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're right, because going back in the early '90s and the '80s, you could shop in, them places was popping.
Look,
But I had no idea it was this big.
And look how
That's pretty much covering almost the whole downtown area.
That's right. And look at this. Just to show you how long ago this is. Old school underground Chicago, exploring the underground, the hidden layers of the city. This is not. You cannot build.
Now you wonder why, because I don't know if you brothers are aware, but architectures in architecture schools, they have an architectural tour.
Yep.
Here in Chicago, and architects marvel at the way that downtown Chicago is built, and the way that the underground is built. So basically you got architects from around the world that come to Chicago to study.
Yep.
All right, to the architecture of the whole underground network. But this shit look like a damn ant
city.
Ants built shit
Ant
underground.
Hill, yeah.
For human trafficking.
Forget that though.
Down
They dig into hell real
I got
quick.
it right here.
Because guess what? All that's gonna burn up. When the
Hallelujah.
missiles come, when the missiles come, and it's gonna, then guess what? And then when it actually cracks, the lake's gonna come in there and drown and flood everything out. Everything in all them tunnels are gonna get. As a matter of fact, that happened in the '90s when they when they had that issue. Was it an earthquake or a tornado? Something happened down there to where the lake came in and flooded all them stores downtown, flooded all the underground and shit. It happened in the '90s, early '90s.
When Howard shot rocket to and fro, all that shit's gonna flood out.
Oh hell yeah!
You had that, Bob?
It's gonna be a
It's gonna be a desert.
Go ahead.
This Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, this will I bring them down.
Right, so they dug into hell, man. They done built all, and I'm pretty sure they got bomb shelters and all that kind of shit too,
Absolutely.
down there as well. But none of it's gonna work because the water's gonna come in, and then the fire, them bunker busting bombs and them nukes gonna clear all that out anyway. It don't matter.
Yeah,
It's like Benji said, it's all gonna be part of a desert anyway.
That's it.
Yep.
You're not gonna be able to tell one city, one state from the next, man.
Those-
We live in a tri-city area. This is Chicago sits
on the
on
fault line.
in the part it does sit on the fault line, but Chicago sits in a part of the state where you got Indiana and Wisconsin right there. So
Yeah.
this is like a tri-city area.
That's
man.
right. And that those bombs from the ICBM nuclear missiles and so forth, the Lord says it's gonna be hundreds and thousands. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the
20 million.
Yeah, it's gonna be
200,000.
it's gonna be in hundreds of millions of missiles coming down on America, which is gonna break it up into 3 places. So this is gonna go reach all the way down to the bunkers. It's gonna go down to underground. All this will be a smoldering sand
Right.
lot.
Or the Lord will
pit.
burn everything up. You just be stuck, burnt up, and washed over, and just be under the desert. It ain't shit gonna survive, man.
That's it.
However it's gonna happen, it ain't gonna be nothing left here, man.
But it smells like smoke.
That's
All
his
right.
promise.
But desert creatures.
Right.
You know, you gonna have lizards and snakes,
That's
slithering around
Owl
this bitch.
satire,
Right.
satire.
That's it.
Hey, and the bombs now are 60 times more stronger than the ones that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Exactly.
So you gotta think.
The guy said, I heard a guy talking about that, what you just said, and he said that the heat in the bomb was actually melting stone.
Yes.
That it was melting granite. It turned granite to liquid.
Well,
So something to turn granite to liquid. But now you're talking about 60 times stronger.
with the new bombs, they burn up to 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Nothing on the planet can withstand that. I did the research on it. No element can withstand that. That's why the scriptures say the elements shall melt with fervent
Perfect.
heat.
Right here.
It's gonna turn to dust.
Call hello.
And if I may add, before he reads that, this also the Lord's fire is going to come down here too, and the Lord's fire is hotter than Esau's much hottest fire.
That's why I'm double checking. That 7,000 shit. The nukes.
They probably just gave you a bullshit
right, 'cause
ass
the
number.
nukes go-
It's probably
like-
a million
it's
degrees.
100 million degrees
Yeah.
Celsius.
Yes.
This is Celsius.
Right.
So-
It's way more higher than Fahrenheit.
And then the Lord's fire is going to be 10,000 times.
Because a brother brought Yardan brought that up about how I think he said 200 million degrees Fahrenheit. Those missiles are. So
That's right.
Oh shit. I was
yeah,
way
this
off.
is right.
Yeah,
Way off.
The second fifth degree. And I'll get to the point 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night,
Yep.
And the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. That's them explosions.
Yep.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Perfect.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. And what the Lord said, it's going to be a desert, man. There's going to be dust here. That means the rocks, the metal, it ain't going to just melt. It's going to turn to dust. It's gonna
Right,
turn,
we ain't gonna blow it. Just gonna be all dust. You ain't gonna tell one element from
He
the
said
other.
heat to melt elements. You
Damn.
turn the elements to, you just turn water into dust.
That's
You
right.
turn hydrogen into dust.
But the Lord,
It's
it said that the river's going to dry up, and the Lord said, like, you ain't
angry
with the
with
rivers,
the
or you ain't with the, right? This has to be an
Damn,
everlasting.
man, you can't. I can't even hit you with a rock.
Yeah,
I
right.
just throw a handful of dust at you.
And it's not all the elements. That's even the diamonds, the emeralds,
Everything.
you can think of.
Hey, but then it goes on to say, well, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, man? So that holy conversation is going into the one mindset that that equals righteousness.
right.
You see, because you have a bunch of mindsets that's worldly mindsets, that's carnal mindsets, that's of this world where, you know, let's say those mindsets were ultimately enterprises. And so when the Lord come back, who are you serving? You know, for what mindset, what enterprise? Because we're serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and righteousness and the mindset that leads to the kingdom of heaven. That's the holy mindset. That's the only mindset that you want to serve and produce for.
Right.
Because when the Lord come back, you must be found in production, right? And about what the Lord was about, man. If not, you're gonna get caught up in that fire, man. You're gonna get caught up in this. I mean, what's the Fahrenheit and the Celsius and all this?
million degrees Celsius.
Yeah. Or you gonna get caught up in the violence that comes before the fire.
That's right.
However, the Lord, because because some people gonna get. Hey, I was just watching before I left the house. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones, and I'm realizing how ancient the spirit that's displayed in that show, man. I mean, it really put, for the most part, it put men and women in their place.
I didn't know that show is basically, it's supposed to be like a mythological version of the ancient Aryan.
Well, they're trying to mimic, the Dark Ages, the medieval ages, the Dark Ages mainly. But the point, it goes to show. I mean, it was like even a servant.
That's right.
All right, even your woman had a servant. You had a servant. I'm watching this one scene, and I really peep in the background. A chick is sitting there holding her cup like this, and every time she did this, somebody ran over to fill up her cup. It was one of the bras. When she got up to go do anything, one of the women was running behind her to adjust her garment and all. I was like, God damn, And guess what? That was the queen, and the king was popping her and the maid.
That's right.
As he should.
Yeah, as he should. All right, but it just went to show you, and then the order, and then you had the highborn and the lowborn, and you had it certain. And when people spoke, you didn't. It was just ancient and manly as fuck. The way it was orderly in a lot of ways, exactly. Right. So I'm watching it with a whole different mindset, and I'm catching all these things, and I imagine what they really tried to capture is what the kingdom is going to be like.
That's right.
Minus all the wicked shit that was going on. It was a whole lot of wickedness and witchcraft going on.
That's right.
But outside of that, go ahead, brother.
Well, that's what it means to be blessed, is to have servants.
Yeah.
The word blessed means to bow down. So for us to be blessed, we got to have servants. That was the blessing in Genesis 27. Hey, Esau came and crashed Isaac about the blessing, and Isaac said to Jacob, to Esau about Jacob, so like to have already made his neighbors his servants.
God.
That's the blessing. He couldn't change it. He said you and the neighbors, the rest of the heathens is going to be Jacob's servant, man.
That's right.
And that's the inheritance, Psalms 2.
God, like Yak said, you can't receive that if you're in a carnal mindset. That's right.
It's Luke 21:36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So in order to get the blessing, to get the salvation, we have to be doing, like Yaki said, that labor, man. Watching. Blessed the man who's watching, who's working when I come.
You're in production for something. Somebody, some mindset.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah,
whoever
Romans
built
6,
this,
whoever yield yourself servants and serve what you want.
That's
That's
it.
right.
That's-
Whether it's to the flesh unto death
Yep.
or to the Most High to righteousness.
That's
right.
it. That's it.
so like he said, this underground doomsday bunker that can withstand 20K ton nuclear blast listed at 7.5 million. That was on ABC 17.5. All right, that was a lot of labor that went into doing that.
Yeah.
All right, and it's not and it's not gonna save them. Right, it's not gonna save. They might not even make it to it.
That's right.
Matter of fact, the people who built it might be the ones who go to it. Because you think the dude that built that don't know a way to get in that motherfucker?
Oh, they got a trap
And
door.
when shit go down, right.
Computer guys always put
So you gonna go run in there, but before the fire even come, you gonna run out of food and shit, and the people gonna attack and kill each other. We've seen the movies; they show you that all the people that make it to these bunkers all end up dead and turning on each other.
Right.
It's gonna the Lord, you think that's gonna save you? You carnal minded.
And the thing is, when you get put in one of them bunkers because of nuclear fallout, it takes months upon months upon months for that shit to dissipate to where it's safe levels to come back up. So you're talking about being underground for an indeterminate amount of time. Motherfuckers going stir crazy, can't go no goddamn where. Niggas, when I say nigga, I'm not even talking about Jake. I'm talking about people. They can't get along right now.
Animals.
They can't get along right now without a fucking fight, man.
You know what would happen? Let's say hypothetically, because we know it's not going to be that case. But I'm going to assume that this model is in America.
It's in Chicago.
All right. This is actually in Chicago. Damn. So, all right. So somebody somewhere in Chicago have this underground shit. All right. And they showing you what the kitchen looks like. Shit dope as hell. You know.
Yeah.
It's 17.5
million.
That shit is crazy, man. All right, but let's say that they did survive it all. All right, they would survive the actual. It said it's gonna take God knows how long before the nuclear fallout and shit go away. They won't have food and it won't be long. They won't be able to live long enough to survive.
No way now said that smoke should go forever.
There it is. It's gonna be burning forever. So hypothetically, they just gonna go down there and die in there. All right. They would eventually. They either gonna succumb to the heat or they just gonna get buried under a couple miles of dust.
Absolutely.
And they never get to come out, and that's gonna be their tomb. They're gonna run out of food. They're gonna cannibalize each other down to the last man, and the last motherfucker just gonna die of starvation.
That's it.
There it is. So it's a horrible. It'd been better to just get cooked and die instantly. It'd been better to for the heat to come. And it's over. But you gonna die down there in the violence. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 47:10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness,
Yep.
thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge has perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me." And that, that was 2/3. But shit, hey, Esau, he got that same mindset. All right, no, Salaki, Isaiah 47.
That
that's
is
the Babylon.
Esau.
Huh?
That is Esau.
Khan, yeah, that's the Esau, that's the Babylon, man. Hey, motherfucking Esau, you done exhausted all your resources, spent all this fucking money just for it to be a snare unto you, man. You done built up all this baller ass shit, just for the just man to spend your shit riotously, man. I got one more. This is Isaiah 5:14. "Therefore hell hath enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoices shall descend into it." Now this was to the 2/3, but guess what? This goes to you, Esau. You know what I mean? Your pomp, your arrogancy, all right, all that shit's finna fucking be for naught, man. And hey, you got nothing to look forward to but fucking, you're gonna be dethroned. Then you're gonna be put in captivity, and then you're gonna be exterminated after you build up a raw ass
Stupid. That's what's gonna happen to you.
I got a couple.
Bring it out, brother.
I just want to hit this one just to back up, and then because it deals with what the brother had said before. This is Job 5:12. I couldn't put it up on my phone. Salakia. This is you said 5:12, correct? This is Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So you can go build all you motherfucking want. You can try to go to the space stations all you want. You can go to the oceans and build your underground
in underwater depots and all that shit. And the Lord said, we're gonna come pull you out from the
I get it.
places.
Damn. This is Jeremiah 16:16. Then I'm gonna hit it with Isaiah 2:19. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna hit the Isaiah 2:19 first. It says, and then I'm gonna do the Jeremiah. It said, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth.
So now you see these chariots coming in. You see the power of the Lord. You really think you can hide? You really think that there's a way around the Lord? Esau is under a delusion, man.
They just was on the news crying about a UFO mothership.
Right, exactly.
We already know what it is.
There's an old song, man. Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide.
That's right.
Nowhere to hide.
Hey, that's a good song to hit this next verse. Jeremiah 16:16. Alright, it says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them." And that's what the men of the Lord are doing right now, which is fishing for the elect. It says, "And they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks." Hey, so when you think you going down into them bunkers, hey, really, you gonna get pulled out of this shit. You motherfuckers over, because everybody over here, you ain't gonna make it out of shit. You gonna get missing.
These people gonna eventually, this society is going to collapse and go into chaos, and everyone here is going to prey on each other. And the only people that are going to survive during that time is the Lord's elect. 2 Ezra 16:73 tells you so. Then you're gonna know who his chosen are. That's how it's gonna go down, man. Only the elect are gonna make it through this chaos, and then in the midst of that chaos, all right, this third world war is gonna go full blown, and the Lord's gonna cook this damn place, and that time is very close in hand. Right? It's very close in hand because we just not gonna be in this we just not gonna be in this road scenario survival thing for years and years. That ain't gonna happen, man. Because all that's gonna happen fast, and then they're gonna try to fix it with the C-hip, all right, and they're gonna make the C-hip mandatory, and then that's when the brother read, Job 5:12, all right, he said, just as when they're about to fill their belly. So we're looking forward to them implementing this and shutting everything down, please. I'm praying every day that I wake up and see some more devastation. And the water and how, because every day I wake up, I see something more is happening. We got much more evidence of these things happening. But this is something that's at hand. This ain't something that's so far down the road. This is in the workings. The Lord is making shit happen, man.
Go ahead, brother. Real quick. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. Because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth.
Yeah, they can let all these inmates out this summer.
Yes.
All right? Hundreds of thousands of hardened criminals about to be let out of prison across America. Right at the time that the dollar is completely crashing and we're going digital. It's about to go down, man. You see how they acting downtown already. Okay? Wait till all these buffed ass maniac,
A dude just got released on accident here, and he wouldn't rape the woman he assaulted her, whatever he did to her, the woman that he was locked up for.
Damn, he went straight to it. Right to her. Like, bitch, I'm in here because of you. Take these binks.
Hey, the scriptures talk about it will not carry, man.
Damn.
He went straight to her. He could have ran free here somewhere. Nope.
So when we tell you that these niggas is coming for y'all, all you women who done had these men locked up, you done lied and you done swayed the police. You done what's the word that I'm looking for when you tell a story and you fabricate it, you slander it, you change it up, you make it. No, it's a word that's escaping me. Embellish is another word, brother. But yeah, same thing though. Yeah. You embellish a story. You hyped up charges.
Turn the neighborhood.
You exaggerate greatly what happened, and then this guy gets locked up and he does time or whatever, and you got him caught up, And then he accidentally gets let go. And instead of going free, he went straight to you open the door. Beep! Come here.
You're gonna get it again.
In his California accent, come here, bitch. You know?
You thought I had 20 years, bitch.
Right.
Blew his chest. Hey, that's that aggression, man.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It's-
And I have to say it because you got to understand. I saw a video where a woman said, she was talking about how all these women are always getting on the internet talking about we need to do this and we got to do that and we got to do this. And he said, and then she said, and a lot of the stuff that's happening in the hood, and a lot of the street drama, a lot of these people, kids that died, is because of you running your goddamn mouth. You didn't exaggerate it and lied, and called up your cousin and them, and called up your brother and them, and not telling what the fucked up shit you did to this man, right? Then they come and then this man end up dead or some shit over some fuck shit you did. And you ain't talking about that part. You done messed up people's lives where they got criminal records and shit. You know, they can't get the same jobs and the shit that they got before, all because you got mad and exaggerated and lied about some shit. And that's the case with there's a lot of guys in prison that ain't supposed to be there.
That's right.
Now, granted, the Lord, they did something with the Lord jacking them up. But there's a lot of guys that are in prison that just got railroaded to prison, man.
Right.
Even the cops lied on them, whatever it is, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, this is Salaki, not Sirach, but Proverbs 30 and 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Literally. She just swallowed some seed of one of her husbands. And she
What you talking about?
and then she put in there, well, I did it because you made me do it.
She did no wrong.
If you would have did this,
Right. Because I told you I needed this and I needed that.
it's your fault.
So wait, hold on. So it's my fault? You bent over for another dude?
Slipped and fell on.
It's my fault? Oh, y'all fell down and his dick just happened to fall in your mouth.
Hey, Bruce Willis.
You know,
That boy
What's that?
I went to a trip and your dick fell in my wife.
like, oh shit, I tripped and fell and your dick went, oh shit. Damn, how this happened?
That's how.
Well, since I'm here, I might as well just stay here.
That's how women are, man. No accountability. They just find a way to point the finger at somebody else.
Always.
Hey, we see it all the time, man.
And the world justifies that.
Yeah, and Esau the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the difference with Esau is that now, since he's being exposed, hey, the whole title of the video is what? Hey, them consequences are coming, but that doesn't mean that they're not staged, man.
That's it.
As a matter of fact, that adds just on based on shit that's already happened. But I wanted to get the precept the elder had mentioned and called for earlier. This is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Damn, I just saw something on the screen. It said every 68 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. That shit is crazy. I mean, that's so damn. So hell, we've been at it about an hour and 10 minutes. So damn. So that means
Somebody else been at it for
As we speak,
that shit crazy. Right. So like we see a stage. No, take it back to the free bricks. Right. So this is what happened. So they got a right. They got a gathering of people, doing a rally. That are doing a rally. So on the corners, they bring and put pallets of bricks where there's no construction along the same route that the protesters are walking.
I posted one of the
You know?
police actually setting the bricks up. The video I posted right above that.
Okay, I got you.
They were setting the bricks
This
up.
one right here.
The one I posted. Yeah.
Bricks.
So we got a video of the cops being caught red-handed, breaking the windows.
Pun intended.
All right. Damn. All right, and now we'll see. But these pallets of bricks that went up along the routes of the protesters, and then you get
Okay, I was like trying to
I was
figure out
like,
what the
what are you
hell.
doing, brother?
I don't know. I was
And
trying to
then-
figure this shit out.
and then you get what do you call it? An agent provocateur.
Yep.
How many of you brothers remember? There was a video from 2011 when they had them riots in overseas, and we was happy about that because we just knew that shit was coming. But when they had on the riots overseas, and they showed you that one riot with a guy that had on the all black, all right, and he was in the riot, and you saw him start throwing garbage cans and getting everybody riled up, As soon as the crowd got riled up, the police line opened up and he ran behind the police line.
Yep.
And all that shit got caught on video.
Yeah, and there's been plenty.
So he was an agent provocateur, man.
Yep. Just like even with the after the George Floyd shit, the Antifa shit. Yeah, it's a lot of video footage of shit like this, and even worse. Well, the protesters like, wait a minute, we're not doing this. This guy's caused this. They bumped them out like this is an agent. Like we ain't doing this. They showed like we ain't about to have a peace. You know, they called him right out. Even the one cop that, I think it was like a Home Depot, no, it was like an AutoZone.
Right.
He walked up to it, broke the window, tried to dip off. The niggas called him like, hell no.
He said, why you doing this? Why you doing this?
shit.
Right. And he tried to put the umbrella up or something, and he tried to go hide the shit.
That was his signal that he was with the police.
Yeah.
The umbrella.
There it was. And like that dude had on all black, but he had on white tennis shoes.
Yep.
That's how I identified him. All right. And he had on a hoodie and he was going nuts, running around, throwing shit, breaking shit. You saw the crowd getting riled up, and when everyone joined them and they started going nuts, the police. No, he didn't walk away. He went behind the police line.
Right.
There was a line of police with shields, and they opened up
And let him walk.
like shield wall. They opened up, and he ran behind them, and they closed. They closed back up. He was with them.
That's right.
All right, he got that shit going, and then shortly after that, the cops ran at the crowd and started beating everybody.
It was a dude like that back in 2020 when I was doing deliveries, right, with that George Floyd shit that happened. It was on Taco Tuesday, Sick with the Maya, and the dude was out there starting shit till the cops came. And then when the cops came, he acted like he did basically that same shit.
He calmed down and shut up.
Yeah.
He kept it going.
Yeah.
Yep, this is Psalm 64 and 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot the arrows, even bitter words. But they make sure the secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? So that's Esau, man. They used to set the snares, man. Do some shit, trap you up, and then arrest you for it, man. Right, or blame you for it. They not even come against you with their paperwork first. They can get you physically. He framed his mischief by law. He got to get the shit to happen so he can do his bullshit.
Con. Hey man, they got this stuff. Y'all already know the deep fake. You know what I'm saying? The AI stuff like that make it seem like they can copy your voice. They can copy. Yeah, they can copy your voice. They can copy your face. The whole nine, man. They make it seem like you did something that you never did at all.
Never did. Yeah, they showed that in Running Man. You know, before they when they captured him, they had him on screen for the whole world to see, make him like the bad guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, when he was actually trying to say, he was the one protesting it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was like those are just hungry people. They're citizens. They don't have weapons.
Yeah, and that's a movie from back then. And I know you taught me this when I was a kid, that the military and stuff like that is like 20, 30 years ahead in technology, man.
Well, they showed you, like when you said deep fake, showed you that in Running Man too. Because they had Arnold Schwarzenegger, they fight Jessica the Biden Ventura, who wasn't really them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fake, man. They really don't want this article to be read, do they?
No, they want me to buy it. So who has?
Can we find another story?
Who got the subscription to the? Do you have the subscription where you can read the app? I mean, read the article.
Just find it on
right now for another source.
Yeah, find it on another source. Cause yeah, we gonna probably finish with that. We gonna go in on that. That's another one of the various topics.
That's right.
The fact that they trying to hide it. All right.
And this is what's happening, man. The closer and closer we get to the end, the Lord is saying there's going to be a time unlike any other time on the planet. And if you go look at the time of the cargo slave ships, you go to the time of the so-called hollow, thing they claim. You look at the time of them taking down Gad, taking down Issachar, the Northern Kingdom, Cristobal Colon, and so forth. The Lord said the time that we're headed now is going to make those things look like those were kindergarten, those were child's play.
Field trip.
Right? That was a field trip. Right. What's about to go down is utter chaos, utter destruction, and utter hell for not only Jacob's trouble, but mankind. All right.
And not the rest.
Hey, did you? Okay, I was about to say you find it.
Yeah.
Just to land back on the statement you just made, I mentioned it. Let me go ahead and read it. This is 2 Ezra 16:73, and it reads, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So you're gonna learn, you know, who the Lord's chosen is when these days as these days continue to go by, when all hell breaks loose. You're gonna find out, man. All right, and it's gonna be a lot of women like this one right here.
That carousel.
That's right.
No, y'all ain't gonna be like her. Y'all gonna get it. She got free. She got away not too hurt. It said they shall be ravished.
Yep.
I said shall be as the mighty of the street.
Because he was fine when she chose to be with him, right? But see, her promiscuous ways, I'm willing to bet. I don't even know nothing about the story, but she started screwing somebody else.
Oh yeah, definitely at some point.
Yeah. All right. She started screwing somebody else because it was her prerogative to take another dick.
That's right.
Right.
This is the article. Woman attacked at home after ex-boyfriend mistakenly released from jail. She said, "I could have died in that house." All right. That's right. Chicago. For more than an hour last Friday, a South Shore woman said she lived in fear of a violent death at the hands of her former boyfriend, who allegedly had forced his way into her apartment, brutally beat her, and threatened her life. The woman said she received a literal lifeline during the afternoon attack as she was punched in the face, beaten with a mop handle, and received a broken right hand and nose. Someone from the Cook County State's Attorney Office called to warn her that her ex-boyfriend, who had been ordered to stay away, hadn't shown up at a scheduled court hearing that day. At the time, I had two thoughts in my mind. I said, either I'm going to die or I'm going to get out. The woman, who asked to remain anonymous, told Tribune reporter in a telephone interview several days after the latest attack, "And I got out," she said, her voice cracking. Though badly injured and bleeding from repeated blows to her head, face, mouth.
But once she's strong, independent, and equal?
Oh yes, very independent, very strong. She don't need no man. She's straight. She don't need nobody. She good.
I can do it all by myself.
That's right.
Yeah, what happened to her?
And that's what she did. She got beat up all by herself.
Damn.
Though badly injured and bleeding from repeated blows to her head, face, and mouth. And the woman said she played it cool over the phone, pretending to be speaking with someone for her job offer so as not to tip off the angry man. Her short, cryptic responses were enough to trigger the official to send police to her apartment. The move, she said, likely saved her life as the ex-boyfriend, Joseph McDonald, fled out of the apartment back door when she ran to a window to get responding officers' attention. What the woman said she didn't know at the time was that a simple error freed McDonald from jail custody from a similar violent attack he allegedly made on her in mid-March. He was released without having to post bail or be outfitted with a GPS monitor. McDonald, a 52-year-old with a history of domestic battery cases, now faces separate felony charges of aggravated domestic battery in Friday's attack, which left the woman 35 bandaged and bruised, unable to take her young son for Easter.
Oh yeah, she did some bullshit to that nigga. Mm-hmm. She younger and he older, so you know she was on some bullshit.
And the bottom line is,
she probably was using the shit out of her daughter.
Mm-hmm. And according to Daddy, a man can't really wrong a woman according to the scriptures, man. This man didn't do shit wrong to this bitch to make her leave and do the bullshit that this bitch done. And guess what? You got away with this time. The Lord got another nigga for you to go fuck you up and finish the job.
Now you know what? So this story could get out and women read it and let it be a warning to you. The Lord,
right.
and the Lord. Matter of fact, he's saving the good punishment for her for later. She ain't got away.
And but we just mentioned it earlier that Biden said
that was the appetizer ass beat.
That's right.
Next time she gonna be forced on the carousel.
That's right.
All right.
And Biden said he's about to release a whole bunch of inmates anyway. This nigga coming right back out anyway. All right.
And he gonna bring his young swole up ass friends.
That's it.
All them 500 push-ups, the 1,000 squat a day niggas that's climbing all over the bars, up the stairs, and bear crawling. Yeah. All this super shaky shit.
Being slow.
This Amos chapter 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh, so that what in is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house
and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him. Shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark,
That's right.
and no brightness in it?
And this is what's coming to not only America.
Go from bad to worse.
That's
man.
right. But this is going to be worldwide, man. This is going to be in your favelas. This is going to be in the barrio. It's going to be in London. It's going to be in Scotland. It's going to be all over, man. All right. The down under. That's right, brother. And they crazy. Australia, they really crazy over there, especially with forcing unrighteous decrees upon the people.
Oh, them people over there mad, man.
Yes, sir. So this earth is, you got from between.
And them Australians ain't got all, they fighting as fuck too.
Well, they were the descendants of the criminals that got banned from. When Esau say, "Wait a minute, you the worst of me," all right? That's Australia. That's actually America. A lot of people that came over to America and Australia were criminals and people who were indigent, people didn't have shit, people who were fleeing, undesirables, trying to come start something new because they ain't had shit where they were at, right? Or they were kicked out from where they at. When Esau kicked you out and you come start up a nation, that's America. That's Australia, man. That's why this is the grimiest of the grime, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Most High has got to bring this place down.
Yeah.
No morality.
Yeah, man. And hey, with this chick, she thinks she escaping, she cool. But hey, man, no, there's more judgment for you. You know what I'm saying? You got more on your plate.
And they look at us and whatnot. They be like, well, why were y'all giggling and laughing while y'all was this, that, and that? Because the Lord said He's going to laugh at your calamity.
Clearly, they don't read Proverbs.
Yeah, you guys are mean. What's wrong with y'all?
That was her to do it.
Lord said we're gonna laugh at your calamity. We've been warning you to turn and change your ways, to be womanly, but you want to be, you want to be a Babylonian whore, man.
Yeah. Some of you have been warned personally.
Yeah, you want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't fear the Lord. So the Lord said we're gonna laugh at your calamity. Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Exactly. Shoot, we gonna rejoice.
Yes.
All right. I got a couple bottles. I don't really drink like that, but I got
you got something put up.
But I got a couple bottles just for that occasion. So when and I'll probably be standing by myself when I do it, but I'm gonna sit up a toast to all the brothers, all the Aki.
Oh yeah.
Down that shit.
Got it going.
All right.
We'll be on one accord, my brother.
Yeah.
But hey, man, when Kevin Samuel died, he didn't do nothing but
bring out the truth.
Bring out the truth. Y'all rejoice.
They did.
It was all right for y'all to do it.
Vivica Fox personally said,
they got something that they call slut shaming.
Yeah. Right.
So when did it become okay to be a slut?
Right.
When did that become cool?
They had the Ember Rose. When did it become a badge of honor?
Amber Rose.
They had the Ember Rose slut walk just not too long ago, and the one black girl, I forgot his name, he was up there shaming them, and they'll go calling them sluts, and they're like, "This is for Amber."
So what's that older guy that would always get an interview?
Yeah. That guy.
So how long have you been a slut?
Yeah,
that dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What does that make you?" He's like, "A slut maker."
That's it. Hey, the Most High is about to return and overturn all this shit. That's the reason why this is the reason why turmoils. You had another derailment, another calamity with the fucking train going
again.
Down. Yes.
Now out east. But it's funny because all this these calamities that are happening are fucking up the waterway.
That's it.
It's always happening next to water. So you, like Capo brought out yesterday, 18,000 cows died violently in a fire, which is some really wicked shit, man.
And they have a video of all, and you can hear the cows mooing and dying. That shit was
fucking
so hurtful,
wicked, man.
Esau's
a fucking, and I imagine how they were mooing and dying when they showed you that picture from last year.
Yes.
With all them cows that was stiff, turned over on their side dead. How they all died at the same time. Something and the disease passed. No, you killed them. Y'all put something in their feed. All right? They showed you one of the movies when the planes flew over and dropped all that hay that was laced with all that shit. And all them damn cows ate it. And they died.
Man, but that's Esau's motherfucking MO. What did he do to the buffalo and the natives when he went out on that killing spree?
I saw a scene when they just showed a train pull up and all the doors slid open and there was about 100 dudes with rifles just start shooting the buffalo, man. And then the doors closed and then they all just drove off. I mean, it just rolled off. This is this man is just a murderer. He loves to kill shit.
Death.
He like that character of Joffrey. If that character Joffrey is the embodiment of if you don't know who Joffrey is, you're going off. That character of Joffrey is the embodiment of Esau. Well, you just saw how wicked he was and how just and how cruel, unnecessarily cruel and wicked he was, man.
But he got pleasure from it.
That dude was the true embodiment of Esau.
He got pleasure from that.
You know another. It's a movie called The Good Son, Macaulay Culkin.
Oh yeah, great movie.
That shows you the mindset Esau too, man.
Yeah.
That movie.
The Good Son.
This,
Yeah, that was a good flick.
Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 22.
But that kid had nothing on Joffrey.
Right.
What movie was Joffrey?
Didn't even come. That he's the dude from the king, the incestuous son. All right, the little blonde haired, blue eyed devil. All right. No, you got Joffrey was a motherfucker.
Yeah, he was
man.
a demon.
Oh man, from a child to
to growing
shit.
up, he was just a
That
fucking
motherfucker
demon.
Joffrey, man. You couldn't wait.
That's
You get mad just watching him, man. You want to go find this
watching
motherfucker
him.
and do like the 52
Watching him.
Right. He opened his door and bing, bing, bing. It was a make-believe character. No, it wasn't. No, man. But that character was the true embodiment of Esau Edom, man. All right?
So
Let's do
fucking
wicked
mercy.
shit.
No mercy.
Animals, people, anything.
Yeah.
His brother had a cat, and he was always threatening to skin the cat and feed him to his brother in his meal without him knowing about it. You know?
Wow.
It's like, you know, just a wicked motherfucker, man. All right, and so in the world would be a much better place without Joffreys. And Joffrey, like I said, it was the complete embodiment of Esau. And we can't wait till all you Joffreys are gone, man.
Bring it up.
After 1,000 years of hardcore This Matthew
It said everything's gonna rejoice once the wicked be brought down.
Trees. Right. This
Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
This Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
There you go, because now they're talking about, you know, they're putting the C thing, the C19 in the vegetables and in the fruit. They're working on doing that now. They know that people are trying to heal themselves. And you know, it's funny how if you go back if you brothers remember around 2013, 14, all them holistic doctors that kept coming up here. They all these holistic doctors that were into healing you without drugs. They all started turning up dead all over the country. And then all of a sudden the attack on meat, you know, all of a sudden all these different cows dropping dead, chickens dropping dead. You know, we ain't supposed to be eating pork anyway, but all the damn pigs dropping dead. All these different. So now that they fucked up the meat supply, now they fucking with the fruits and vegetables.
And the water.
All right, you got to remember, out in the valley, out in California, the valley flooded and destroyed the whole crop of almonds, of almonds and fruit. So basically, all the fruit and vegetables that would have been in the store come this spring and fall. Well, later on in the spring, in the summer, it's a serious shortage on it. So just trying to get lettuce and tomatoes, and broccoli and green shit that you need that I actually eat on a daily basis at this point. It's the only way to stay healthy. They fucking and it's funny how, I think back, I'm like, damn, when the fuck did buying kale, all right, and onions and some avocado cost the same as buying steak and potatoes?
Yes.
Right.
What the fuck? When the hell did a salad become more expensive than a steak dinner? Because the steak dinner is full of all kind of drugs and shit and fucked up anyway.
Yep.
All right, but it's crazy that the things that are actually heal and fix you, they don't want you to do.
That's right.
This man is a demon. All these fucking Joffreys out here, man. They the damn demons.
That's right from the womb.
From the womb, man. And even his mother, Joffrey's mother, even said she knew her son was a monster.
And if
She said, I knew it. She said it. She told his wife when the motherfucker died, he was a monster. I knew he was a monster.
That's right. And
But you love to protect it, that fucking little demon anyway.
Isn't that
Because he actually got it from her, because she was just as bad as him, damn near. Until he got old enough, she couldn't even control him no more. His wickedness was off the fucking chain, man.
Esau attacked you like his military. What does he say? Through the air, through the ground, through the sea. That's how Esau comes at you, because that's who he is, the harbinger of death. So he's gonna poison everything, man.
That's it.
And Kika's back, but she got a point. She says, I buy fruit and veggies from the Mediterranean and Kurdish local stores. It looks and tastes better than the fruit and veggies in the supermarkets.
Even might don't
And
wash
that's,
their hands.
but that's something that, even when
Probably
going
makes-
up to the apostles, they would go to the East Indian stores and get a lot of products. Because sometimes they ship it from overseas versus
Yeah,
they get a local.
that's why I go to the Sultan. Now I just said everybody in Chicago gonna go. Because they get their shit straight from the Mediterranean. That's why I deal with them.
Yeah, but if you look here, I had posted a picture earlier of the flooding that was in California. You're talking about majority
It's a
of
chain of restaurants that
of,
sell salads,
fruits,
Greek
vegetables,
and Mediterranean food.
majority of fruits and vegetables that is passed and sold here in America comes from California, comes from Florida, and even in Florida, they just had the massive flooding just last week from yeah man. And I called and checked on a couple of brothers, and they said, yeah, they were okay, but through the Spirit, there was a lot of just land, but they were wading in knee-deep, waist-deep water. When they go onto the groves and they go into the farms, it takes a long time for it to drain. Not only that, all the extra water actually destroys the crops.
Yeah,
and you have to
Because it messes up the soil that they get to plant. So look at that.
Yeah.
That's the value. Now the crazy thing is, they made a whole song. It never rains in Southern California,
Yes.
and it definitely never rains out in the valley because we gotta understand they got pipes that bring the water to the valley. Long ass irrigation system that all the farmers can plug into to take care of. My daughter just came from back out there, and she went to go visit her grandfather's brother. She just went to his funeral, and he was a farmer out there in the valley. He's married to an Iscarite chick. Yeah. Right. So he just went out there to go visit him, and everything is underwater. To go see him off to the spirit world. Lee Joseph was a cool brother too, man.
He had a cool name. Shit.
Yeah, they dried up like that now.
They all had those. Leroy, Lee Joseph, they all
But this is compounding on that area because this is about the Hoover's Dam. It says estimates show that a water level decrease of 100 feet more in Lake Mead may stop the Hoover Dam's turbines from functioning altogether. Due to prolonged drought in the Southwest, many estimate the region is moving toward irreversible aridification, which is arid when something's arid is dry.
And I've been to Lake Mead a number of times, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then looking at that shit is crazy because that was like a paradise for Esau because all they did was have all them big ass fancy houses all around Lake Mead, and it was real green and heavily wooded and all that.
And the movie,
that is not it now. It looked like a damn desert down, man. That shit was crazy. So it's all coming down, man. It's all tumbling down. What was that old song, John Mellencamp, when the walls come tumbling down? All this shit coming down. Tumbling, rumbling down. It's over, man. It's over. So any brothers got any laughs? Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure, and with astonishment, that they may lack bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their iniquity. And that's the judgment coming for really 2/3, and these heathens here in Babylon, because the scripture said the men of the Lord are going to be satisfied. The scripture said the men of the Lord were going to be merry and have abundance. The scripture said we was going to have enough for us and our maidens with an S.
With an S.
We going to be straight, man. Hey, man, all these people rejoicing, and their ignorance is no longer going to be bliss. Their rejoicing is going to be turned to mourning. That's right. All right. And those that were low, that were humble, all right, putting their boots on the ground for Yahweh Shem Shai. Right. So fuck y'all, man.
Hey, I can't even top that. Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Shem Shai.
Wa Ababa
Ball.
Put their boots on the ground. You heard.
Turn those machines back on.